Hello, welcome to a new unboxing. Today will be a new quadcopter, a quadcopter dedicated for toys and for kids. This is the Egg quadcopter. So initially it is branded, I guess, by a Chinese company so-called Sanlian One, acronym is SH, and in fact recently I guess the Cheerson company buys this from a one, and so it's a Cheerson quadcopter. So the initial is the FlyingEgg SH6057, but it also so-called CX-205, where CX is the Cheerson company. So what we'll find in the box, you will find this nice quadcopter. Okay, so this is a FlyingEgg. So you can recognize immediately the shape of an egg, and I got the bad guys, the version. So you have three different versions, one bee and one penguin. So this is the bad guys with silver color. So you have to open it. First you start the bottom, okay. So and after you have an intermediate part, which is more or less difficult to remove, so already in-clips it, so in order to accelerate the process. So you have 4 different clips. The first time it's a bit hard to remove, and you will access to the quadcopter by removing this last part, okay, protecting props and the legs. Okay, so finally you will find the quadcopter itself. So here, guys. So you can notice immediately that the arms, the boom, are moving, okay, around an axis, and when the props start to spin, all the arm will be horizontally, and you can start to fly. So you will find on this different precision I will explain later. So what we will find also in the box, you will find this transmitter. Well, I will say typical Chinese design. It's taking the shape of owl, more or less. Yes, this kind of bird. And well, I guess this model was already used for a different SH model. So what you will find, you don't find common shoulder button. They are kind of, well, you know, potential button. So you have to spin. The good news that when you will start to use them, they will spin when you are in the central position. So I will explain all the role of each button. So, you will need up to 6 AA battery to use it, not included, and it's quite heavy, finally. And, well, let's start with the sticks. Well, it's okay, quite nice and smooth. You don't find really some dead zone. Okay, of course, each time the springs are more efficient than the central part compared to the extremal part, but it's okay, it's not so pronounced. And both are quite similar. You can take it easily with the thumb. So when you start the remote control, okay, it will emit a beep when you will bind with the quadcopter. So first I will start to explain the role of each button standalone. It's a little bit strange. This button, okay, is allowing to select the sport or beginner mode. Okay, so beginner mode by default or expert mode. When you press it, you can hear 2 beep, meaning that you are entering in expert mode, and if you press again, you are returning to the beginner mode. Okay, this one is, I don't know really what it's used for. Okay, this left circular button is used to is nothing else than the throttle trim. So when you turn on the right, you will introduce a bias for the throttle, and if you turn on the left, you will decrease this bias. So on the right part, here you have the trim button to turn on the left and the right. Okay, here. So a long beak is indicating that you are in a central position. And finally, this one is on the right shoulder button, is the trim to moving forward or backward. Okay, so well, it's completely unusual. To be honest, I don't really like this procedure. This is how the buttons are, but I guess they use a former model of radio control. Okay, and to activate flipping, you have to press on the right stick, and a beep is emitted until you indicate where to flip. So, for example, on the right, and it will do it until. Well, okay. I think I have to bind in with the quadcopter to stop to emit. Okay. So what you will find also in the box, you will find spare props. Okay, 2 clockwise and 2 counterclockwise. There are 5.5 centimeters long, with an axis of 0.8 millimeters, and you will find a charger, okay, and allowing to charge up to 2 LiPo and micro low Z connector. It's announced to charge the battery between 40 to 60 minutes. Okay, ending with the USB cable. And finally, you will find some instruction manual. I guess it's only in Chinese, so this is why I'm not sure about the role of this button. Okay, but there will be an English version as soon as possible available on the RCgroups thread. So it will be the good news. So now let's focus more on the quadcopter itself. The feet are very long, and you have some spring there. Okay, in order to put in the eggs. Okay, so in order to enter in the eggs, complete eggs, and you will find a battery. Okay, so this is a 1-cell battery LiPo ending with a micro low Z connector, and it's announced to be 350 milliampere per hours up to 20 C. Okay, for the rating. And the battery bay extremity is ending with this 2-notch plastic notch, so it will block, okay, to insert the battery. But if you can see, you can probably insert a bigger battery, especially if you cut these 2 small plastics there. You will be able to enter a larger one. Okay, the weight of this quadcopter with a battery is close to 50 grams, so well, it's quite heavy. In fact, I already scaled each element of the quadcopter. For example, the canopy is scaling close to 8 grams, so well, it's a little bit heavy. And the second point are the boom. Usually they use some carbon one, more lighter, and this one they are in metal. So, well, okay, it's solid, but carbon is solid too, carbon arms, and I think you will gain some 2-3 grams in total if you swap this metal arms for carbon one. Okay, so it's quite heavy, and probably there will be some impact in the flying duration with such extra load compared to models with the same size, which are scaling close to 40 grams, 42 grams with a LiPo battery. So what I can say more? Initially, when you receive the quadcopter, the front part of this quadcopter is assigned with the black props. Okay, so it's not conventional, it's not really usual. So what I did is to remove the canopy by unscrewing this 4 screw there. Okay, and you remove the 4 motor plugs associated with the main boards. That's the good news. There is some plugs on the motors, and just turn by 180 degrees the motherboard, the PCB board, and you will be able to to associate your range props and your range red color boon with the front direction. So well, I guess it's better like this. Well, I prefer. Okay, the good news concerning the radio protocol, when I open it, I recognize immediately the company who designed the radio frequency protocol is the ABA company. So if you have any Skywalker compatible transmitter or the last SH transmitter, or for example double toys 252 Pro and some version of the Cheerson, and of course deviation takes compatible transmitter, you will be able to fly this quadcopter. So let's have a test with this quadcopter. So I will plug the micro LOSI connector. Okay. Okay, you have green light emitted. With this model, the silver model, is not really easy to see the LED flashing behind. Okay, probably in the night, but in the daylight you cannot see it. So especially when you want to initialize your gyro in order to stabilize your quadcopter, the classic procedure is to put the sticks, the first right stick in the lower left, and after the left stick in the lower left, and usually the red light is flashing fast, but with this canopy you cannot really see it except if you are in the dark. So this is a bad points. It's hard to know if the calibration is done or not, but anyway, I will start the quadcopter. Okay, and you can see there are some trim on the left button, so I will stop it. You hear the beep of the central position. I will restart the gyroscope calibration procedure. So right stick in the left lower position, then left stick in the left lower position, and after a few seconds, you cannot really see, but behind the canopy you have the red LEDs with flashing very fast, and will stop. So now it's calibrated, and I will start in beginner mode. Okay, and let's have a start. Okay, I will probably put the quadcopter there, and okay, it's quite a bit noisy, but it's okay. Okay, the yaw rate is good, not fantastic, but really not bad. Okay, and in beginner mode, the pitch and roll angle are, well, decent. Of course, it's adapted for beginner mode. And let's go to the sportive mode. Okay, now you can see that the pitch and the roll angle are much more aggressive, so it can be very fast. Okay, I will try to land now. Wow. Okay, so well, it's very stable. Okay, a little bit noisy because well, one drawback of this quadcopter, you know, the good idea is to have some lifting arms, that you have some small spaces on the axis. So the motor, when they are spinning, are vibrating this part. So finally, it's quite noisy, you know. So maybe you can reduce the spaces there, and it will reduce this horrible noise like this. And to show you that it's deviation index compatible, so I will restart the quadcopter. And I will use my Devo. Okay, I was in Okay, it's already binding. By default, I use the GXD393 model, which is using the Skywalker protocol. So I noticed that with my profile, I can turn on or off the lights, the green light on the hold button position, and everything is working. So you can select the dual rate there, and so let's have a try. It's working. Okay, of course with the demo it's very good. It's very stable, very gentle. Okay, the bad guy is watching us, but it's good. You don't have a very great vertical push because the quad is probably heavier for the motor side. Motor sides are some 7mm by 20mm, so probably a little bit undersized for the total weight of the quadcopter. So, well, they should maybe use some 8.5mm by 20, and you can feel it because the motor are a little bit warm after a few minutes of usage. So, to conclude this unboxing and mini testing, well, definitely the great point of this quadcopter is the design. It's very funny. I guess every kid will like this quadcopter, will be attracted by such toys. It's very nice and stable, okay, thanks to the 6-axis stabilization. So the chip associated are the classic one. You have the InventSense 6050C for the gyroscope and accelerometers, and of course you have the ARM core for a main processor and so on. And what I like also is a nice idea of these lifting arms, okay, in order to pack your headquarter and to transport it very easily. So it's a nice idea. It's very nice gift for kids, and the bigger mode is very stable. Except the look of the transmitter, the stick are nice. It's very well adapted for hands. Okay, it's a bit heavy, but it's very nice. So you can control it very easily. It's deviation TX compatible, so you can swap to a better transmitter if you want. Well, the drawbacks are the motor are probably a little bit undersized, and or the quad is probably have 7 or 8 grams more for the capacity of the motor. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like this review, you can subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.